and welcome to Wrestle Carnival presents Pure. Thank you for joining us here at the Portland Centre this evening. We're really glad to have you guys back. Tonight's opening contest is a singles match. Introducing first.
The Carnival is back in town on a night that promises to bring pure excitement, pure action, and pure wrestling to the city of Nottingham.
This is Jay Joshua.
James Bradshaw here alongside James R. Kennedy. And James, what a way to start things out here tonight in the Portland Centre with Jay Joshua.
You ain't kidding, Bradshaw. Here comes a man on a mission. Of course, lost that submissions match to Chris Ridgeway way back at Curtain Call. Nothing to be ashamed of there, but Jay Joshua would dearly love to get on that winning trail tonight.
Joe Hendry is tired. He's given all he can give. But as a new wave passes by, another will arise.
Why aren't you clapping? It's the answer. It's Joe Hendry.
Bradshaw, I am mesmerized by what I'm seeing. And listen, oh, I can't even talk. Listen and look at what's happening before your very eyes and ears. Magic, that's what. These people are electric.
And his opponent weighing in at 255 pounds, Joe the Answer Hendry.
Well, we said this last month at Carnival of Honor, but look how put together Joe Hendry is. He's added a lot of mass, a lot of body weight, a lot of muscle. We saw what a powerhouse he is in that victory against Leighton Buzzard.
Oh, no doubt about it. Joe Hendry against his former protege, El Capitan, Leighton Buzzard. So impressive. But there's a man who hopes to upset the apple cart, so to speak. Joe Hendry says he is the answer. Well, tonight is a big question mark for Jay Joshua. Can he overcome someone the caliber of Joe Hendry? We're about to find out.
I think to say he would upset the apple cart is to put it mildly, because Joe Hendry, of course, is on a collision course with Doug Williams here in this very building, November 14th, as part of Carnival Mania. So if Jay Joshua were to defeat Hendry here, it would be a major problem in Hendry's preparation for one of the biggest matches of his career.
Oh, and there's a handshake. To your point, Bradshaw, we'll see a bit more of that next month between Hendry and Doug Williams. Maybe a bit more of this as well.
Both of these men, as Joshua takes Hendry down. It is the second appearance for both in Wrestle Carnival. As we said, Jay Joshua losing to Chris Ridgeway back at Curtain Call. Hendry with that win over Buzzard last month at Carnival of Honor. James, we're seeing here in the early going the amateur wrestling background of both of these men.
Both men jockeying for position. A little bit of a stalemate early on. Interesting, because the longer this match goes, Bradshaw, you would expect Joe Hendry, with the size advantage, to also have the power and strength one as well.
You would, but there's some unanswered questions, I think, about Joshua as he escapes the clutches of Hendry there. Last time we saw Joshua, that match against Ridgeway was a submission match. This one, of course, a more regular style match where pinfalls are allowed as well. So we'll see if that change in the rules affects Jay Joshua, that gives him more of an opportunity to pick up the win.
There's a nice takedown from Joshua. Who could ever forget the amateur acumen that Joe Hendry has? Went to the Commonwealth Games in 2018. No slouch when it comes to the ground game himself.
Joshua into the ropes, gets the break, and of course, Jay Joshua would reply to that by saying, well, he also qualified for the Commonwealth Games back in 2012 in freestyle wrestling. So both of these men with a highly accomplished amateur pedigree. They're about to lock up again. It's been a very even contest in these opening few moments.
Absolutely, and you can hear these people on edge, anticipating something special between these two men to kick off Pure here this evening. And it looks like Jay Joshua maybe has an early advantage.
Trying to pull through here. In the end, switches to an arm drag. That was smart from Joshua. Both of these men, for their amateur backgrounds, have very different professional wrestling backgrounds. As Hendry gets the head scissors here. Hendry's been wrestling quite a while longer than Joshua. Jay Joshua just passing the 3-year mark in his pro career.
And now look at this. Look at the balance and poise of Joshua.
Briefly had the shoulders of Hendry down there. Hendry needs to be careful. He's keeping an eye on his position of his shoulders at all times, but Hendry, I think, will be annoyed at himself as much as anything. He's looking for a Boston Crab, but those large legs of Joshua would not be turned over, and in the end, Hendry had to rely on the bottom rope to be his savior.
And the answer decides to take a minute, rolls out of the ring, just takes stock of what's happening here now. Of course, with that big Ring of Honor Pure Rules match against Doug Williams on the horizon, Bradshaw, an awful lot of people are already looking past Jay Joshua. I'm sure that Joe Hendry is not one of them.
Hendry getting back into the ring here. Of course, we do have a Pure Rules match tonight, our main event. Chris Ridgeway is in it. He's going to be competing against Jonathan Gresham. What a match that is going to be later tonight here at Pure. But right now, it is all about Hendry and Jay Joshua, and it is Joshua back on top.
Oh, and look at that power from Joe Hendry. Just takes control.
Joshua going to the ropes to give himself a little bit of respite. How do you even try to counter this immense strength that we now see in this latest incarnation of Joe Hendry?
Oh, and look at this. Quick as a cat as well. Not just the power, has the speed.
And you know what he's trying for, looking for the Hendry lock, that ankle lock that he's used so many times to force submissions from his opponents. A little bit too early to get Joshua in that position at the moment, but Hendry, I guess, firing a warning shot there to his opponent.
And Bradshaw, to answer your question, we saw Leighton Buzzard try to use speed and agility against the answer. It didn't work. Jay Joshua will have scouted that match, so it's going to be interesting to see Joshua's strategy.
He does have the feel of two big bulls locking horns here. Jay Joshua and Joe Hendry, neither man prepared to give an inch. They're back into the ropes again. Referee wants the break. Instead, he gets a side headlock from Joshua, who gets sent to the ropes. Shoulder block, and Joshua came off the worst.
What a collision that was in the middle of the ring. Might see another one.
Yeah, Joshua, I think, was going to try again for the sake of his pride, if nothing else, but it's the same result. Joe Hendry, just a pillar of just pure granite here that Jay Joshua keeps on running into.
Third time's a charm, perhaps. Oh!
Big kick from Joshua, will that help him out? Instead, Hendry goes to the ropes, and Hendry follows him in, knocks him down with the shoulder block. Joe Hendry just a little step ahead of here, mentally, I think, of Jay Joshua in the past minute or two.
Oh, and then, as if on cue, it's almost like Joshua heard you, Bradshaw.
Yeah, I don't know what, maybe he took it as motivation because suddenly he's back in the game, or is he? Hendry, look at the power of the answer.
Jay Joshua is not a small man.
He's going for the cover here as Hendry gets a 2 count. As you say, Joshua not a small man and used those tree trunk-like legs to kick out on 2.5.
How impressive was that from Hendry? Just almost holding Jay Joshua with ease mid-air before slamming him down to the canvas.
Hendry looking to capitalize here, and no doubt Doug Williams somewhere will be watching this match very, very closely as we head towards that date with destiny between the two of them. Again, November 14th at Carnival Mania. And if Joe Hendry were to defeat Doug Williams on that night, Doug Williams being one of the leading lights in British wrestling over the past 2 decades, what would that mean for Hendry's career, do you think?
Oh, it would be massive. Joe Hendry has been making waves in pro wrestling since day one, but that might be the biggest win of his career, certainly personally. Oh.
Exchanging blows, big strike to the chest, and then Hendry hits that boot, sends Joshua into the corner. I don't think Jay Joshua is at all used to being manhandled in matches the way he's being handled here by Joe Hendry.
Absolutely not, and here's another example. Wow.
That vertical suplex looked like it was effortless from Hendry, and a lateral press gets a 2 count for the answer.
And that's exactly the kind of strength that Doug Williams will be studying. Again, Joe Hendry has all the respect in the world for Williams, and that's why a win over Doug would mean everything to Joe.
Take the knee of Jay Joshua out of its socket there is Hendry. Hendry with a pronounced ruthless streak, and you can see now trying to weaken the ankle of Joshua. You don't need telling twice what that's about. Again, trying to soften him up for the Hendry lock.
Yeah, that's exactly what this is about. Jay Joshua right now powerless to fight off Joe Hendry. You can just see the determination on the answer's face, cranking away at that ankle.
There's that extra element of competitiveness in this match as Joshua kicks his way free. Joshua full Nelson, and then into the German suplex. Great power from Jay Joshua.
A display of power of his own, and look at that.
Now kick right to the side of the head. He may have knocked Hendry out here, but he very nearly got the 3 count. Hendry narrowly kicking out. What I was about to say before that was given both of these men's amateur background, I think there's that extra element here. They both had the chance to compete in the Commonwealth Games. They both had those similar backgrounds, and they both want to be known as the predominant amateur wrestler in pro wrestling.
Yeah, and we're seeing that competition, fierce as it is, right in front of us. And look, there's another big kick from Jay Joshua.
That look of resentment from Joe Hendry as he stares up at Joshua, almost daring him to hit another kick. And on the 3rd time of asking, Hendry grabs the leg. Joshua got him by the throat, slaps him, and now Jay Joshua will go to the ropes, gets picked up by Hendry. Fireman's carry by Joe Hendry, and a gorilla press. Goodness me, Hendry again with that raw power on display.
It's a game changer, isn't it? But look at the position of Joshua, whether by accident or design, rolled out onto that ring apron, not quite safe and sound, but Joe Hendry still shaking off those kicks from mere moments ago.
Joe Hendry taking a moment to gather his breath, but he is, at this point in the match, clearly in better condition than Jay Joshua after that press slam. Joshua, to his credit though, is back to his feet here. Remember, Joshua looking for his first victory here in Wrestle Carnival. A lot of people saying after Hendry's impressive display against Leighton Buzzard that he was the favourite going into this match, but it has been very, very even between these two.
Certainly has, and back and forth they go with these big knife-edge chops.
Joshua regaining himself. He's found a second wind here, Jay Joshua. Repeated strikes to Hendry. Big boot, got him right in the chest, goes to the ropes. He was trying to maybe spear him there, but Hendry got the knee up. The skull of Jay Joshua collided, and there's another collision.
Cover that,
the
man.
The lariat from Hendry. He does go for the cover. Does he get the win? No, he doesn't.
Frustration starting to build for Hendry. You can see it written all over his face. Maybe believed, Bradshaw, the answer did, that he would have the win by now, but Jay Joshua, so impressive here tonight to kick off pure.
Hendry feeling the energy of this crowd in the Portland Center. Now trying to send Joshua to the ropes. Joshua held on. He grabbed the leg of Hendry, took him down. Big kick to the chest, right into the heart of Joe Hendry. The cover from Joshua, and he comes close again, but not close enough.
Right back on the attack straight away.
Trying to force a submission. We know from what we saw at Curtain Call that Jay Joshua is something of a submission specialist, and you can hear Joe Hendry is screaming in agony here. Hendry as well is right in the middle of the ring. I don't think he's within reach of any of those bottom ropes. Big, big danger here for Joe Hendry.
Unthinkable. The answer might tap out, might give up right in the middle of that ring.
Joshua trying to hit the heel into the chest of Hendry to do some more damage, but Hendry, oh, what a counter! What a counter from Hendry to the Hendry lock! The Hendry lock and a tap out! A tap out! The answer is the winner!
By submission, Joe the Answer Hendry.
Joe Hendry marches on to November 14th. A Ring of Honor Pure Rules match awaits against Doug Williams at Carnival Mania.
Could that have been a message to one Doug Williams? A huge submission win right before next month's Colossal Showdown. Joe Hendry looking damn good inside that ring here tonight.
It is a rejuvenated Joe Hendry, who is now 2-0 in Wrestle Carnival as he heads to our biggest show ever next month to take on the ambassador of British wrestling. But tonight it was Hendry and Joshua Joshua has earned the respect of the Answer.
It started with a handshake, it ends in one, but not before Joe Hendry picks up yet another win.
Hendry is arm raised in victory. The Answer wins here in Nottingham.
The following is a singles contest. Introducing first.
She will have to be ruthless as she makes her Wrestle Carnival debut. Rio entering into one of the most competitive women's divisions in all of independent wrestling. Both her and her opponent making their debuts here tonight, both looking obviously to make a spectacular first impression.
Absolutely, Rio looks ready to go. The ruthless savage looking to turn heads, Bradshaw.
I think it says something about a competitor when that is the nickname they choose for themselves. That is what Mercedes Blaze has done. I won't repeat it, but it is, I'm afraid to say, in terms of her attitude, pretty apt.
I like it, Bradshaw. I like the swagger. I like how the mood changed inside this building as soon as Mercedes Blaze came through that curtain. And I like the fact that Blaze just strolled right past Rio and stared Rio dead in the eyes.
I've been saying for a couple of years now that Mercedes Blaze is one of the hottest prospects in all of British wrestling, and we will see if she is able to prove that here against Rio. Rio, a very accomplished opponent in her own right, a former Tidal Open champion and two-time Tidal Women's champion from Preston. Just before the pandemic started, was beginning to get invites to wrestle all around the world, most notably in India. Look at this, Mercedes Blaze already giving the referee some attitude just for doing his job before the opening bell.
He deserves it, let's be honest here. Mercedes Blaze is the star around these parts. And there goes that bell, and it's on Bradshaw. Looking forward to this one. Two women looking to impress here in Wrestle Carnival.
You are so compassionate towards your colleagues. Collar and elbow tie-up here. Mercedes Blaze, and it is Rio who is powering Blaze into the corner. Referee, who again is just doing his job, asks for the clean break and gets it.
Yeah, absolutely gets it. I wonder how long that'll last. Let's be honest here, a little bit of attitude. It's a little bit spiky between these two women already.
Well, I do wonder if the roles were reversed and it was Blaze being asked to give the break, whether he would have got a clean break, but that might be a hypothetical question, or is it? Because in fact it is Blaze who forces Rio into the corner, and we'll see.
Wow.
I take it back.
Yeah, that showed you, Bradshaw, judging a book by its cover. I can't believe you sometimes.
Real waistlock takedown from Rio. These two young women, so athletic, so hungry for success. A lot of the crowd here in Nottingham supporting Rio, but Mercedes Blaze is just one of those people who I don't think that bothers her. I think that motivates her more. She thrives on the antagonism of a pro wrestling crowd.
Look at that takeover from Rio. Smacks the mat, ready to go again.
Yeah, she's definitely not thriving on this onslaught from Rio. Mercedes Blaze yet to really find her way into the match. There's a high kick from Rio, who now sweeps the leg of Blaze. Rio with a drop kick right into the face. Mercedes Blaze drags her back into the middle of the ring, goes for the cover, hooks the leg and gets two.
And now, smartly, if you ask me, we saw this from Joe the Answer Hendry earlier on, just taking a minute, just taking a breather. Mercedes Blaze trying to recollect her thoughts. Can't let these people, or Rio for that matter, get inside her head. Blaze wants to wrestle this match, Bradshaw, very much at her own pace.
Again, having some words with the referee, it's Mercedes Blaze, as she seems to be irritated that a count out is happening, but in any case, Rio chasing her back into the ring. Blaze went for the elbow drop. Rio lured her in and moved out the way.
Now Rio back inside.
Rio's got her in the ropes here, going to try and whip Blaze into the ropes. There's a reversal though, and a smart way of taking down Rio from Blaze, who's, I think, going to try to ram her face first into the canvas. Absolute mercilessness from Mercedes Blaze. Is it enough to pick up the win? No, Rio makes a statement and kicks out at one.
Only a one count there, but Rio checking those teeth. There might be a few rattling around ringside in the first row. Mercedes Blaze so vicious.
It is that untamed aggression that we're seeing here from Mercedes Blaze that has brought her so much success in the first part of her career, and that's the scary thing about Mercedes Blaze. She is still very early in her career. I don't think there is a ceiling here for Mercedes Blaze. Gonna go for the cover again. Blaze starting to show her dominance, can't get those shoulders down for three just yet, but based on the evidence we're seeing, it could be just a matter of time.
Absolutely, and Mercedes Blaze just pulling on Rio's ring gear, hauls her back in as the submission locked in now.
She'll cut any little corners she can to give herself an advantage. It is a win at all costs mentality for Mercedes Blaze, as Rio is struggling to retain consciousness, but she is up onto one knee, needs to get back onto her feet, I think, to relieve some of the pressure here. She's been able to do that, but I don't know at what cost in terms of how much energy she had to exert, and Blaze sends her straight back down.
Mercedes Blaze just shuts Rio down one more time. Here's the boos from this crowd here in Nottingham, but Mercedes doesn't look fazed by that one bit.
Elbow into the face of Rio. Rio with a body shot. Found its mark. Now one to the face. Rio having to be really aggressive here to match Blaze. She's got the leg of Mercedes Blaze. Mercedes is trying to negotiate here with Rio.
Doesn't look like it's working.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not sure she's in a very strong negotiating position. There's an attempt at the PK. Instead, a roll-up from Mercedes Blaze gets a 2.
A little bit of bad blood forming between these two women.
Rio charging into the corner. Gets the elbow up to Blaze, right into the jaw of Rio, and then sends her face first into that middle turnbuckle. Always happy to improvise, just when it seems like she's down in a hole. Mercedes Blaze finds a way, and a butterfly suplex there. I think she might have done some damage to the left leg of Rio. Hooks both the legs with the cover, and kick out again on 2.
Another display of that viciousness from Mercedes Blaze, who again jaws off with the referee not happy that she didn't get the 3 count on Rio. And now look at this, Bradshaw pulling the hair.
Blaze now sitting on the lower back. Well, again, we apologize for the language as Mercedes Blaze slapping the back of the head and giving some verbal abuse here to Rio. And now look, a dragon sleeper with her body weight as well to really do some damage to that lower back. Very innovative submission hold from Mercedes Blaze. Rio's in real trouble.
Blaze might snap Rio in 2 right here, right now.
The pressure on that spinal cord is inhuman here, but well, at least it was. Being back on all fours will help Rio somewhat. Still got that body weight of Mercedes Blaze on her back, though. Showing some real resilience to get to her feet. Throws Blaze off. That's impressive from Rio.
Incredible strength in the legs, particularly, and it buys Rio some much-needed time.
Rio runs into the corner. Maybe took too long because in the end, Blaze was out of the way, but then Rio did the same thing. Blaze knees first into the turnbuckles.
Keep an eye on those knees now of Blaze.
Again, tries to take her down. This time, Rio saw it coming. That's smart from Rio, learning from her earlier mistakes. That waist lock, trying maybe for a German suplex. Saw one of those earlier by Jay Joshua in that match with Joe Hendry, and now the elbows from Mercedes Blaze as she tries to free herself. Eventually uses the arm to take Rio down, but Rio with a super kick.
Oh, that might be enough. But Rio has had so much taken out of her, Dave, that she can't capitalize.
Yeah, I think she hit that one exactly on the bullseye. Right in the jaw, but as you say, taking her time to get over there, had to recuperate. Did she take too long? Yes, she did. I think that is a bit of good luck there for Mercedes Blaze, because if Rio had been able to make the cover immediately, I think this match would be over now.
Oh, come on, there's no luck when you're just that good. But now Rio looks to put Mercedes away.
Oh, what a clothesline from Rio. Then a back elbow. Rio is fired up. Ducks a clothesline from Blaze. Crossbody attempt, got blocked. Rio showing some strength again. Into a side slam. Cover by Rio. Leg hooked. Kick out. In fact, that left shoulder in the end was what popped up off the canvas to keep Mercedes Blaze in the contest.
Rio did everything right there. The execution was perfect. The positioning was flawless. But Blaze found a way to survive.
An impressive debut from both of these women, but of course there can be only one winner here. We're no closer, I don't think, to knowing who that's going to be.
Oh, look at that big elbow.
Blaze into the corner, onto the second turnbuckle, uses her posterior to send Rio away. And then, got a kind of a spear, but almost a headbutt into the face from Blaze. The cover and a kick out narrowly and not very convincingly, it has to be said, from Rio. Maybe that impact has done more damage than Rio would like to let on.
Rio can't take too many shots like that one. Mercedes Blaze now homing in for the kill.
I Fireman's carry from Mercedes Blaze. At least briefly, Rio knew she couldn't stay up there and didn't. Got those shoulders of Blaze down. Ooh, that was extremely close. Very, very close for Rio.
Milliseconds away.
Yeah, she needs to be careful as he takes her down.
Now, both women back to their feet, but it's Blaze on the attack.
Blaze, oh, what a cutter from the shoulders. Goes for the cover, might have knocked her out. Oh, narrowly. Well, that left shoulder, that is a judgment call from the referee saying that left shoulder just about came up off the canvas. She tries for the cover again. Once more, those shoulders aren't down, but it is a game of inches here between the shoulders of Rio and the canvas.
Here comes Mercedes Blaze yet again. Oh!
It's her again. I think Rio's out. Rio is out. The cover by Mercedes Blaze, and Mercedes Blaze in the end with a dominant victory.
And your winner, Mercedes Blaze.
It was a back and forth. Rio impressed, but you have to say, in that last minute or so, Mercedes Blaze showed just how ruthless, just how relentless she will be to climb to the top here at Wrestle Carnival.
I like what I'm seeing, Bradshaw. Mercedes Blaze came here with a point to prove, and she proved it.
The following is a tag team match. Introducing first. They are the team of Adam Bolt and Riley Nova.
Well, no disrespect to these two young men, I think they have a huge uphill challenge here. Adam Bolt and Riley Nova are going to go up against two of the most dominant forces that we have seen in British wrestling for quite some time.
Adam Bolt, already here in Wrestle Carnival short history, has stood up to Powerhouse Blake and Will Cruz. I think he's a madman for doing so, Bradshaw. And Riley Nova, a madman as well, for agreeing to team with Bolt here tonight. Set your stopwatches. This ain't going to last long.
It's rare that we agree, but you might be right, because, I don't know, I worry for these two young men.
Here they come. The most dominating duo here in Wrestle Carnival. Here to smash, crush, and destroy.
And their opponents, the team of the Powerhouse Blake and the headline, Will Cruz.
Well, here's a headline for you. Together, these two weigh a combined 500 plus pounds. They significantly outweigh their opponents, particularly Adam Bolt, who's weighed in tonight at just 159. And so, I don't know, Bolt and Nova are going to have to use their speed, agility. They're going to have to hope that they are able to take Cruz and Blake by surprise, because it could be just a couple of power moves and you could break a body in half if you have the strength of Cruz and Blake.
Well, both these men entering that ring right now have all the confidence in the world, and why shouldn't they? From day one here in Wrestle Carnival, Blake and Cruz have set their stall out They are the most dominating force we have round here. And tonight, they're going to reinforce that and prove it yet again.
They've been a pretty controversial force. As you said, they made their point initially at curtain call after intervening following our gauntlet match on that night. We saw last month at Carnival of Honor, Cruz defeated Kyle Kingsley, after which, as you said, Adam Bolt stood up to these two men as they tried to deliver some more punishment after the match. But it's one thing to stand up to bullies, and obviously we endorse people doing that, but it's another thing to I don't know. I just think they've maybe bitten off a little bit more than they can chew here. I hope I am wrong, but we will see as Adam Bolt starts in here against Will Cruz.
Well, here's their first mistake, Bradshaw. When you look at these two men, Bolt and Riley Nova, Nova is the one who can at least make an argument for trying to match size and power with someone like Will Cruz. He wouldn't, of course, but he can try. This is a mistake for Bolt to kick off this match.
Outweighed by some 130 pounds here by Will Cruz. But Bolt doing what he needed to do in these opening seconds, using his speed, frustrating Cruz, hoping to lure the big man into making a mistake, but very quickly you see what happens. If that plan goes awry for Adam Bolt, he's been grabbed here and he's already in trouble. Whoa. Now with the speed though, quick kicks from Adam Bolt. Bolt does the clothesline, goes to the rope, slides underneath, drop kick. And Cruz really barely moved. That is the scale of the challenge facing Adam Bolt and Riley Nova.
And really all Bolt managed to do there was anger Will Cruz. You saw Powerhouse Blake pointing a big old finger across at Bolt. It looks like a fresh challenger has entered the arena. Powerhouse Blake wants him some of Bolt.
Yeah, he really is a powerhouse. And he's just about got Bolt back on his feet and going to kick around the back of the head. This is going pretty well here, you have to say, for Bolt and Nova in the opening moments. But again, the difficulty is, how do you counter that? Both of them sent to the ropes. There's some agility from Blake. Blake showing he is not just some lump of muscle, he's able to jump around and to hang in there with these two. And they're able to send him to the outside.
Well, that wasn't in the script for Powerhouse Blake and Will Cruz. They didn't see that one coming, but yet again, I think that'll just tick them off.
Well, here comes Adam Bolt. Blake catches him. I think Bolt took a little too long. Blake saw him coming. Riley Nova sends him to the ground.
What a statement that is. Riley Nova right on top, but Will Cruz just sending a little message. You want to try and match power with us, you even want to try and match agility with us, and you're going to come up short.
Yeah, you don't want to get into a brawl on the outside of the ring with Cruz and Blake, and instead they are back in the ring, Riley Nova and Blake, and again Nova pressing here. He's got caught and slammed down, and that could be all. That could be all right there. The cover from Blake, looking to end it. Nova kicks out. Blake sending more than a warning there, just how quickly this team could turn things around as Cruz tags in.
Oh, this is not where Riley Nova wants to be, right in the belly of the beast. Powerhouse Blake, Will Cruz starting to gel as a tag team. You can see it here, cutting the ring in half.
Believe it or not, despite the impact he has made on these past two shows, this is the first actual match in Wrestle Carnival for Blake. Second one, of course, for Cruz, who, as we said, beat Kyle Kingsley last month. But got to be impressed, despite the efforts, the admirable efforts of Nova and Bolt, just how powerful, just how impressive Cruz and Blake have been as a cover and a two.
Will Cruz just smothering Riley Nova right now. Nova can't get a second's piece. As soon as he kicks out, Will Cruz is right back on the offensive. No time to breathe, no time to recover for Riley Nova.
24 years of age is Will Cruz. 10 years younger than his tag team partner Blake, who tags in here, and Blake by far the most experienced man in the match as well. And the mean streak of Blake, we've seen it 2 months in a row, and now, as we said, in an official Wrestle Carnival match, we're seeing frequent tags here between these two, which is a sign of their tag team synergy growing better by the minute.
Absolutely, and so is the confidence.
But Nova was able to escape the suplex, tags in Adam Bolt. Bolt takes Blake out of the equation. Got caught though, there's a backbreaker with some authority there from Will Cruz.
And now the quick tag again to Powerhouse Blake.
Sent on but no one home. Adam Bolt has come here today knowing what he's got to do. He has the only game plan he can have, and it is a game plan that is working, or is it?
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Blake! My God.
You can have all the speed you want, but
Kick out, but how did Adam Bolt kick out after what Blake just did to him there?
I was just about to say before that near fall attempt, you can have all the speed you want, all the agility in the world, but when you're in there with sheer brute power, like Powerhouse Blake possesses, it's only a matter of time.
To the corner and then into another one. Blake sending Adam Bolt literally from pillar to post, and much damage to Adam Bolt as is humanly possible in a matter of seconds.
Blake now toying with Adam Bolt.
Backdrop. Yeah, it's like he's playing with his food here, is Blake, but crushing the ribs of Adam Bolt.
No remorse from Blake. And you can hear these people don't like it. I don't think that Powerhouse Blake or the headline Will Cruz care one bit. They're enjoying themselves here tonight at Pure.
Yeah, I think Cruz was asking for a bit of the action here. Now he sees that Adam Bolt seems to be there on a plate, there for the taking. Blake tags back in and Cruz is just holding Adam Bolt in place. Collide, oh no! Adam Bolt moved out of the way. Cruz and Blake collided, and Riley Nova's tagged in. Big opportunity here for Nova.
I can't believe what I'm seeing as Will Cruz gets sent off the ring apron.
Yeah, but Blake's still the legal man, I think, and Riley Nova, having dispatched Cruz, going after Blake. Blake, though, using that strength to bring himself back in. Nova gets the knee up, and Nova with the boot right into the face of Blake. Cruz trying to get back in, Nova saying no.
I told you, Bradshaw. I told you these two young men had something about them.
No, you didn't. You said it would be over in a matter of seconds. Set your stopwatches, you said. Well, set your cameras, because Adam Bolt with the moonsault to the outside.
Oh, look at that knee from Powerhouse Blake, just shutting Riley Nova down.
Big clubbing blow there from Blake. Bolt may have done as much damage to himself as he did to Cruz with that launch to the outside.
Uh-oh. It's on now. Tempers flare. And Riley Nova not backing down.
If there's one thing we've learned about Blake these past couple of months, is that he has a very, very short fuse. But as you say, Riley Nova not intimidated by Blake. Nova is giving as good as he gets here.
You hear the smack of flesh, bone on bone, and oh, look out.
Blake tried to pick him up. He's gone behind though as Nova. Nova trying to lift Blake. It's easier said than done, to put it mildly. Blake into the corner. Gets him right in the kidney. Nova will try again.
Can
he nail the German suplex? He can! With the bridge for the upset. No, 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 no.
Oh, Bradshaw, I can't believe what I'm seeing here. I thought this match would be dead and buried 5, if not 10 minutes ago, but Adam Bolt and Riley Nova, you have to give them credit. Plucky spirit here tonight.
You might have to give him more than credit. You might have to give him the victory the way this is going, because Riley Nova trying to get Blake on his shoulders. In the end, Nova goes into the opposition corner, wrong part of town for Riley Nova.
Now Will Cruz back in, and that spells disaster for Nova.
Shoulder block from Cruz. Nova tried to roll out of the way. That may have been his saving grace here, but there's a big body slam. Quick cover. And a kick out from Nova. Very lackadaisical cover from Will Cruz. Cruz, I think, such a believer in his own dominance that sometimes he just assumes he is entitled to victory.
Look at this. Here's the speed of Cruz.
Cruz catches Riley Nova. Nova lands on his feet, though. That was smart. But in the end, it came to nothing because what a clothesline, the cover, and again, the kick out. Again, you have to say, not the most convincing cover from Cruz, but it was a convincing boot to the face.
Thanks for coming, Adam Bolt.
Even a powerbomb here. This could be curtains for Riley Nova. Nails it. Nova's head bounces off the canvas like a basketball, but somehow he still kicks out.
Still not enough for Will Cruz, who stares around almost incredulous as there's a shot of the after effects. Riley Nova dazed and confused right now.
I think he's gone cross-eyed.
Might be down and out in a matter of seconds if Will Cruz has his way. There we go. Says it's time to finish this.
Cruz pretty much deciding, as you say, that they've had their fun, but it is time to put this to bed. But is it as a victory roll? Is it enough for the victory? It nearly was.
I can't believe this, as I said. And here comes Adam Bolt now.
Nova with the kick. Bolt, as you say, tagged in. Bolt at the top. Oh, no. Nailed him.
They're not going to pull this off. Oh, that's so intelligent.
Yeah, that could be critical. That could be critical because Cruz was able to make the tag. And now Blake's caught him. Blake has caught him. My God, the power of Blake. Oh, what a counter. What a counter from Adam Bolt.
There's no way, Bradshaw. They're not going to pull this off. The upset of all upsets here in Wrestle Carnival.
Twice into the corner goes Bolt. Looking for a third time. Suddenly, Adam Bolt starting to believe. This crowd in the Portland Center starting to believe. Blake has got him up on the top turnbuckle. Blake trying to ensure there is no fairy tale to be told here tonight in Nottingham.
Oh, this is so precarious though. Both men perched high above the ring.
Oh, hang on, what is Blake looking for here? Don't tell me. Don't tell me! Oh my God, a fall-away slam. A fall-away slam from up high on Adam Bolt.
What was it I said before? Thanks for coming, Adam Bolt. Cover.
The cover. And oh, Riley Nova. Riley Nova made the save.
These men just will not stay down. Oh.
Got rugby, got shoulder block there. American football style, really, from Will Cruz. Blake's still the legal man, as is Adam Bolt. Bolt is in real trouble. Bolt is in real trouble. Will Cruz tagged in.
Finish this.
That fall-away slam, there is very little, you have to say, in terms of prospects here for Adam Bolt. Blake has tagged in. What is this? Oh my God, what a double team.
Unbelievable.
What a double team from Blake and from Cruz. And my friends, it is academic.
And your winners, the team of Blake and Will Cruz.
Riley Nova and Adam Bolt brought the fight here to Will Cruz and Blake in a way that I don't think anybody could have foreseen. But ultimately, even against such determined opponents, bottom line here is that Blake and Will Cruz found a way to win.
I thought this match would be over and these men would be home and host within a few minutes, but Adam Bolt, Riley Nova, they showed us something here tonight. But speaking of which, powerhouse Blake, Will Cruz, yet again dominant here in Wrestle Carnival.
Yeah, well now hang on now, because yet again, maybe our referee's done a good job of getting them out there. I thought we were going to see some afters again. Very dangerous men are Will Cruz and Blake, as they have proven here tonight at Pure. Fasten your seatbelts. This match has an opportunity, I believe, as many do, to steal the show. If you want to know why, just look at what happened when this young lady competed last month at Carnival of Honor in this very building. Came within a hair of winning the Heart of Shimmer title against Hyan.
Yeah, one loss must have been hard enough for Alex Windsor to take. She won't want another, but what a challenge Windsor has in front of her here tonight.
Wrestle Carnival is attracting talent from all over the world, and here is one of the finest we have had grace us with their presence here at the Portland Center. A 10-year veteran from Austin, Texas, the former Impact Knockouts champion, Jordynne Grace.
Grace, so powerful. I'd fancy her chances against anybody, male or female, in that locker room. One of the best for sure. Here to leave her mark on Wrestle Carnival.
Let's go to the ring for the official in-ring introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following is a singles contest. Introducing first to my right. She is titanium. She is iron-willed. She is Alex Windsor. And to my left, standing at 5'2" and weighing 160 pounds, she is a nationally ranked powerlifter, thick mama pump, Jordynne Grace.
Jordynne Grace showing off the guns before this match here against Alex Windsor. Grace, given her CV, given her resume, as I said, spent 6 months last year as the Impact Knockouts champion. We know how powerful she is, we know how dangerous she is, but we saw so much good from Alex Windsor last month. And remember, Windsor was only just coming back into action after having to step away from wrestling through injury back in 2018. I was so impressed last month with how good Alex Windsor is.
Yeah, no doubt. Windsor came within milliseconds of becoming the new Heart of Shimmer champion. That was such an impressive effort against Hyan, but this is a massive hurdle for Windsor to overcome. You look at the power already of Jordynne Grace, it's evident. This could be a long night for Alex Windsor.
Jordynne Grace is one of those competitors who is so strong. If she locks you into that bear hug that she likes to use, she can instantly crack a rib, instantly do some internal damage. Alex Windsor needs to be very careful here.
Now Windsor jockeying for position, trying to release that grip.
And now into a wrist lock goes Alex Windsor. Windsor, she is very well versed in every element of the mat game. Obviously giving up a little bit in terms of power to Jordynne Grace, but Alex Windsor, as I said, showing that her athleticism is really at its peak. It was last month, but there is that power.
And Alex Windsor just ran into a brick wall in the form of Jordynne Grace, and there's that athleticism of Grace as well.
Goes on attempt by Windsor, shoulder block. And that is where I don't think Alex Windsor wants to be going toe-to-toe with Jordynne Grace. If they're going to shoulder block in the middle of the ring, there's only going to be one outcome.
And look at these big shoulders right to the midsection of Windsor. Well, there's a reversal though.
Oh my goodness, big shoulder block again. And Alex Windsor needs to find an answer to these questions being posed by Jordynne Grace, and she needs to find it quickly.
Grace grabs that arm right back on the attack, the snapmare.
Straight into a cover and a 1 count. Look how quickly after that snapmare, Grace was into the cover. No wasted motion whatsoever. This young woman from Austin, Texas, 10-year veteran, as I said, but still just 25 years of age. So basically, been wrestling her entire adult life, certainly in some of her childhood as well.
That's phenomenal when you think about it. Only 25 years old. Wait a minute.
Oh. Windsor's got her up. A fall-away slam. We've seen one of those do some damage already tonight, and it did some more there.
There's a little bit of pushback from Alex Windsor, letting Grace know you ain't going to have this all your own way.
Yeah, and that's, I think, an important message that Alex Windsor needs to send early on, and that is why she needs to be aggressive, needs to assert herself. That is what she is doing, and I think it is to her credit. It could serve her well as this match progresses.
Look at these strikes, these forearms, body shots from Windsor.
Windsor trying to charge in. Grace got the boot up, but Windsor was able to grab it and use it to leverage Jordynne Grace down to the canvas. Now Windsor looking to stretch out Jordynne Grace.
Yeah, has that leg and the arm as well.
Now look, got those feet pushed into the small of the back of Grace, bending her backwards. You can see Grace is trying to get the crowd on her side, trying to feed off the energy of the audience here as Alex Windsor switches into a pin attempt and sweeps the legs away. Grace with so much power in those legs, exactly the kind of scenario I mean, where I say that Windsor needs to be careful. Grace takes her down.
Yeah, I would say, Bradshaw, if you're Alex Windsor, you go for the arms first and foremost. It's not that the arms aren't powerful, look at them. But those legs, 90% of the power comes from those legs.
Running elbow from Jordynne Grace, who goes for a cover and gets a 2 count, but the ease of that body slam, I think, very self-explanatory in terms of what we're dealing with here, in terms of the strength of Jordynne Grace. I know we keep talking about it, but it really is one of the most impressive physical attributes of anyone in any women's division anywhere.
I might have to eat my own words. Maybe 90% of the power comes from these arms. Look at the torque on this submission.
And a camel clutch applied here. Oh, by Jordynne Grace. Grace pounding away at the sides of the face and jaw of Alex Windsor.
That powerlifting background, you can see it. Look at the physique, the way that Jordynne Grace is built for competition, built to win.
Now got her boot right again into the back. Really is trying to focus, I think, on the lower back of Alex Windsor. There's certain self-confidence that borders on cockiness occasionally with Jordynne Grace. Grace got that half Nelson and trying once again to remain in control of the movements of Windsor. Windsor using her left elbow to try and release herself. In the end, Grace was able to woman handle her into the corner.
Jordynne Grace just ragdolled Alex Windsor, shrugged her off.
Grace with the right hand strike to the side of the face. Windsor is starting to feel the cumulative effect, I think, of all this aggression from Jordynne Grace. Grace charges in, to certainly feel the effect of that. Windsor, though, knows she needs to respond and does so. Grace is going to do the same in the opposite corner.
Yeah, I've made up my mind, Bradshaw. It's the arms and the legs. Grace attacks from all angles.
Alex Windsor attacks her as she comes charging in. Windsor gets the boot up. Grace slaps her on the way back with the back of the hand. A big boot to the face from Windsor.
That might be the only weak point on Jordynne Grace. That big boot planted right to her face.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'll tell you what, this seems to be actually very much to the credit, I think, of Alex Windsor, that she has been able to withstand this onslaught, and she is still in this match.
Very much still in this match. That didn't look the case early doors, but Back and
Jordynne
forth they
Grace.
go.
Yeah, but I'm not sure this is smart from Windsor. Do you really want to get into a battle of strikes against someone who can get as much force behind him as Jordynne Grace can?
Windsor giving as good as she's getting though. Oh, but now Jordynne Grace just takes control.
She has that natural advantage in that situation, and yeah, admittedly great tenacity there from Alex Windsor, but the outcome of that exchange was, no disrespect to Alex Windsor, was kind of inevitable because of the power that Jordynne Grace can get behind those strikes.
Now attacks
Windsor.
the stomach.
Windsor is shifting gears. She needed to. This is smart. Clothesline takes down Jordynne Grace. Cover attempt, hooks that left leg and a kick out.
Oh, but right back to it. Not giving Grace a second.
We've got a submission, there's a counter. Kick out on 2. Windsor knew she needed to be first to the punch, or first to the kick, more literally there, as coming out of that submission and that pin attempt. She's been able to retain the upper hand. Look for a suplex, but Grace not allowing herself to be lifted. In fact, we might be seeing quite the opposite happen. Grace planting Alex Windsor on the top turnbuckle.
Yeah, Windsor had no choice there. The power of Jordynne Grace, and we're about to see another example of it.
Looking for the muscle buster and nails it.
That could be it, Dave.
Classic Jordynne Grace here in Nottingham is good for a 2 count, but it is not good for a 3.
Oh, but look at that arm. Watch the arm.
Shoulder forced down. Again, a kick out on 2 from Alex Windsor. But how much has that muscle buster rattled her cage? Can Alex Windsor find a way back into this?
Oh, and there's a little bit of disrespect from Jordynne Grace. Almost taking it as a slap in the face that Windsor has been so competitive.
I think we might be about to see the Grace driver. She can get that pump handle, Jordynne Grace, then Windsor's in trouble. Windsor knows that's what Grace is looking for. That's why you saw a kind of an element of desperation in her efforts to free herself there. Grace holds onto the ropes. Close line attempt, and Grace clubbing away at the back of the head of Windsor. Oh, what a strike though from Alex Windsor. Windsor powerbomb. Alex Windsor got the powerbomb. She's got the cover here, and Grace kicks out. That was a big surprise, I think, that Alex Windsor was able to lift up Jordynne Grace for the powerbomb. She absolutely nailed that.
What a moment that would have been for Alex Windsor, but time is of the essence now. Cannot give Jordynne Grace any time to recuperate. Has to go right back on the attack and put Grace away. Earn herself a massive win here at Pure.
Grace back to her feet. The arm hooked over the top rope. Jordynne Grace not going to go anywhere. She doesn't want to go, and then instead she slaps Windsor around the face. Big boot right into the nose of Alex Windsor, and then sends her into the turnbuckle face first.
Oh, this is ominous for Alex Windsor.
Double knees into the back of the neck, and got the elbow. The low elbow from Jordynne Grace.
Grace building ahead of steam here, Bradshaw.
Here comes Grace. Grace off the middle turnbuckle. Takes out Windsor, but Windsor somehow stays in the match.
Jordynne Grace slumps those shoulders, almost wonders what she has to do to put Alex Windsor down for 3.
You are looking quite simply at 2 of the most talented athletes, 2 of the most talented wrestlers anywhere in the wrestling world. Jordynne Grace and Alex Windsor putting on a show here tonight at Pure. On the shoulders, briefly was Windsor. Windsor trying to roll back, she's got these shoulders. In fact, down for Grace, and now Grace, Grace sweeper hold. The sweeper hold, Jordynne Grace going to try and turn the lights out here on Alex Windsor.
Right in the middle of the ring too.
Those arms, massive arms wrapped around Alex Windsor. I think, is Windsor out?
There's nowhere for Alex Windsor to go.
Referee wants a response here from Windsor if he's not going to stop the match.
Oh, this could be it, Bradshaw. This could be all.
One's gone down twice. If it goes down a third time, this is over.
No!
Windsor finds a way. Windsor, I think, some part of her realized the predicament she was in, but she's not out of it yet.
Oh, back up to her feet, though. That's impressive in and of itself.
Yeah, look, Jordynne Grace is, or at least was, holding on to that sleeper. Grace follows Windsor to the ropes. There's a sunset flip attempt. Gets it. Finally, the shoulders go down. 2 count. But now, hang on a second. Windsor, well, Windsor's got that submission. She's got the legs hurt. And a tap out. Oh, my goodness. A tap out. Alex Windsor wins.
And your winner by submission, Alex Windsor.
My God, what a victory. What a victory for Alex Windsor over one of the best in the world, Jordynne Grace.
Well, Grace was smacking the canvas to say, I give it up, but then as soon as the decision was made, almost regretted it. But that just shows you the pain of that submission that Alex Windsor had locked in. Bradshaw, this is a massive victory for Windsor.
Jordynne Grace, so impressive. Just an absolute house of power is Jordynne Grace, but that makes this victory for Alex Windsor all the more impressive. Alex Windsor came within a hair of championship gold here last month, and this month has defeated Jordynne Grace.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Pure. The following contest is our Strongman Gauntlet. Introducing first.
Yes!
How does he keep getting in?
What are you talking about?
Why do we let him in the building?
The man's magic. He can get in any which way he wants, at any time he wants. Look at him. Charles Crowley is pure magic.
This month, Charles Crowley only was able to gain entry into this Strongman Gauntlet due to an illness to Warren Banks. For all we know, Crowley might have had something to do with that, but might have poisoned his food. It's the kind of thing Crowley would do.
So what you're seeing is Charles Crowley, because he's so magic, made Warren Banks disappear, vanish into thin air.
That's not what I said.
That's what I took from it. And look at the smiling faces all around here in Nottingham. These people cannot get enough of Mr. Charles Crowley.
You really do have to learn to distinguish between a smile and a grimace. It would serve you well in life, not just when commentating.
Oh, look at him go. Did you see the poise, the agility, bouncing up onto that ring apron?
Wow. What do you mean, wow?
I can't believe you're being such a negative Nancy here, Bradshaw. Charles Crowley is one of a kind.
I will say this, Crowley, having entered into this gauntlet match at number 1, is going to have to win 5 consecutive matches if he's going to walk out of here as the official strongest man in Wrestle Carnival.
Yeah, Crowley might have to live up to his magical reputation.
The crowd voicing their opinion.
This twat has something to say. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the authority Wrestle Carnival has. Isn't that right, Gary Ward? Huh? Huh? I am all over your social media like a spectacular rash. Okay? Oh, and I'm so much more valuable than any import you can bring in. Any veteran. Okay, you've got the squid guy from Ring of Honor coming in. Fantastic. You've got Chris Foot Fetish Ridgeway. Big deal. Who else you got? Oh, you got that old ball bag, Doug Williams. Really? Really? Do not get me started on Joe Hendry, the answer. The answer. The answer to what? The only thing he's the answer to is why you should always wear a condom. Okay? I am far more valuable than anyone, and if I have to make 5 other people tap to prove myself, then that's exactly what I'm going to do. Oh, and big shout out to Warren Banks, who's home ill. He's home, he's poorly, and that's why I'm here, thanks to you. Thanks for the booking, Warren. Thanks, man. I'll do the same for you. I'll get you one. Oh, wait. No, I won't. Because I'm a twat.
You certainly are.
Listen, this man. Oh, speaking of men.
Yeah, never mind that man.
Yo, are you mad, Nottingham? Nottingham crew 1, 2, yeah?
Man who needs no introduction, he'll do his own.
When I say 0-1, you say 2-1, man, like the reason I'm back with a new one. Wreck my city, man, what you, I'm best thing from this, no I can't choose one. Might see me in the morning, might see me get to a bling bling. Man, if I got beef with you don't want to see me up on your street. Man, boot up on white and sketty, just as much as Henty and Scott. Might see me broadcast live from the telly, repping on 1, 2, 1. You think you sick, what fam, I'm sicker. Go around wrong now, entry thriller. You that shit that wrong, I'm bitter. You're nothing. When I say 0-1, you say 2-1, 0-1.
2-1.
When I say 0-1, you say 2-1, 0-1.
2-1, come on.
When I say 0-1, you say 2-1, 0-1. Jeez! Crowley's a waste, man. When I say that. When I say that. When I say that. 0-1.
2-1.
Repping the 0-1-2-1, the lyrical dragon, man like the rings.
And he's right. Crowley is a waste man.
I can't believe that you dissed Charles Crowley, but you like that.
Crowley's not impressed, is he?
Not the only one.
He's one of only 2.
Shut up, Nottingham.
Listen, Grace, you can do one. Oh, actually, I tell you what. When I say 0-1, you say do one, 0-1. When I say 0-1, you say do one, 0-1. When I say 0-1, you...
Whoa. Oh, wait a second. Try for a cheap shot. There's a super kick. No, from man like Therese. The cover, the bell rang. And Therese has defeated Crowley.
Crowley wasn't ready. This is a disgrace.
What a waste man.
Right, that's it. Cancel the show.
Oh, that was glorious.
Bradshaw,
glorious.
can you imagine? Charles Crowley's legion of fans are going to be so bitterly disappointed. He wasn't ready.
You are his legions of fans.
I can't believe you're reveling in this disgrace.
Can't you, really? Get out of here. You're gone.
No. All these people have been shortchanged. Charles Crowley came here to entertain. He's magic. He's a delight.
Crowley wants to go again, but that's not how this works. A man like Therese has humiliated Charles Crowley here at Pure.
Get your hands off him. He'll make you disappear just like he did Warren Banks.
I know, a man like Darius has just made him disappear.
Oh, this is a catastrophe. This is a disaster. I can't believe it. What an embarrassment for poor Charles Crowley.
Oh, God, I love pro wrestling.
Nobody wanted to see this, Dave. Nobody.
Thanks for coming.
Let the man walk out of his own accord at least.
Oh, I'll go peacefully, he says. Yeah, well. Crowley with a low blow to one of our ring crew. Well, that'll cost him some money.
Yeah, enjoy the show without him. Good luck with that one. This man is the show.
We will enjoy it. Thank you. You know what? We're already enjoying it. Brilliant.
This is a disaster. This is...
Well, hang on now.
It gets worse.
No rest for the wicked. I heard he once lifted an elephant above his head.
Be serious. Come on now. Wait a minute. If Big Guns Joe is actually here, then...
Weighing a massive 76,521 grams, standing at the ginormous 1,670.4 millimeters tall, the biggest, henchiest guy in wrestling today, Big Guns Joe!
All of those were statistical facts. No errors there, and in this strongman gauntlet, I don't know if Darius can withstand the irresistible force that is Big Guns Joe.
Well, Darius has some guns of his own. So well put together as man like Darius. There you hear it, there you see it. Live and in living colour. Darius, one of the best who's ever come to Nottingham.
Well, he just set a Wrestle Carnival record in terms of the quickest victory against Charles Crowley.
No, listen, we don't need to talk about that. You know, I'm trying to set the stage here, move on, you know, make man like Darius look good. And all you want to do is talk about the past.
By the way, this is another pair of debuts. Well, I guess actually the match against Crowley was technically the debut for Darius, but nonetheless, Darius and Big Guns Joe appearing in Wrestle Carnival for the first time, despite some malicious rumors going around that Big Guns Joe may have more in common with Joe the fan than he has been letting on. But
well, that's what was going through my mind. If Big Guns Joe is here, then what does that mean for a little bit later on when Joe the fan is involved in this gauntlet?
Right now, got more immediate problems as Big Guns Joe because he can't get a man like Darius off his feet. Shoulder block. Another man going down. Look at this. Both of these guys determined to stay on their feet, and it is eventually man like Darius who succumbs to the superhuman strength of Big Guns Joe. There's a big backdrop.
Wow, Big Guns Joe literally bringing out the big guns here in his arsenal and taking man like Darius clean out.
Trying to suplex him, but Darius won't allow himself to be lifted. Remember, we are competing under strongman gauntlet rules. We've already seen one victory here for Darius, but there are 6 men to enter this match. And so we're only on the second of what will be 5 matches. Whoever is left standing at the end of the 5th match will be the winner as Darius nips up, gets a high leg lariat on Big Guns Joe, goes for the cover on Joe and gets the 2 count.
Man like Darius, a special talent. Mark my words, Bradshaw, only a matter of time before the entire world is talking about this man. So athletic, so strong. His confidence must be through the roof after the start of this match.
Big chop across the chest there from Darius. And Big Guns Joe having come exploding out of the blocks. Starting to find it hard going here against Jordynne. Great gymnastic ability from a man like Jordynne. Able to get the knee right into the abdomen, goes for the cover, gets his body weight down on the shoulders, and it was nearly enough for a 3 count.
This is what the match with Charles Crowley should have been. These people were robbed of seeing more of the magician himself. I can't believe it.
It's not a man like Jordynne's fault that Crowley couldn't last more than 3 seconds in the ring with him.
Don't you talk about his personal life. That's disgusting.
What? Your mind is... We'll just leave that there. Anyway, abdominal stretch by a man like Jordynne.
Big Guns Joe being tortured here by Jordynne.
Jordynne looking to get a 2nd consecutive victory. We talked about Crowley would need to run the gauntlet. Well, Jordynne would need to as well. He's in there from the beginning as a hip toss from Big Guns Joe. But now, suplex. I think Jordynne may have landed on the back of his head as Joe goes for the cover, and kick out by Jordynne.
Almost another elimination there before our very eyes. But Jordynne survives. Big Guns Joe wants to put him away though, Dave.
Certainly does, and this, of course, as Joe sends him into the corner, is the 2nd gauntlet match in Wrestle Carnival history. Jordynne flips up onto his feet. Well, that's what put Crowley away. And Jordynne may be about to put Big Guns Joe away as well. What impact from a man like Jordynne. And somehow, Joe got that right shoulder up. But it was another Joe, Joe the fan who we talked about earlier, who won the first Carnival gauntlet in back at Curtain Call 2 months ago. He's going to compete in this one as well.
Still can't believe that one, but look at this power from Jordynne.
A fireman's carry, but Joe not going to allow himself to stay up there for long. Jordynne gets sent into the corner. Here comes Big Guns Joe, but ran into the big elbow of a man like Jordynne, who backflips onto his feet. Standing missile dropkick, nip up from Jordynne. Now Jordynne looks like he's going up high.
Might only be a matter of time. Jordynne might dispatch of Big Guns Joe right here.
Jordynne off the top. I think maybe for a 450, changed his mind in mid-air and got powerbombed by Joe. Jordynne got taken by surprise and he's eliminated. Wow.
Didn't see that one coming, I have to be honest. I thought man like Jordynne had Big Guns Joe exactly where he wanted him, but it's Joe who rolls on in this strongman gauntlet.
I had Jordynne as a favourite here in this match. Now what's this now?
God only knows. Variety show right enough.
I heard he's trending around the world. A social media sensation is memes.
Any other surprises here tonight? Where do they find these guys?
Oh, they find them everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, something called TikTok.
MySpace, Bebo, Face Party. Yeah, I'm kicking it old school.
I bet you're not even on Snapchat.
Now, who is? That's so 2018, Dave.
Memes is the here and now as far as Big Guns Joe is concerned.
Really good opportunity here to wrestle a really famous person on social media.
He is famous.
So you can shake it and say thank you. Stop talking.
A couple of fans getting impatient. with Memes, as is Big Guns Joe, who's trying to unload here on Memes. Right hands, trying to lift him up, but now the guns failing Joe momentarily there. More body shots from Joe, who's going to get Memes into the corner.
Now I recognise him. I followed Memes, he didn't follow me back, but I guess when you're a social media sensation, others follow you.
I heard he blocked you.
What? Oh, come on now.
Here comes Big Guns Joe. No block of the uppercut, but Memes didn't go down. That's a body slam attempt, but cover by Memes. Kick out on two by Big Guns Joe, who is hanging in there.
Maybe
Caught into a power slam. Cover by Memes, and once more, Joe kicks out, but remember, of course, under the rules of this Carnival Strongman gauntlet, Big Guns Joe is on his second consecutive match here, whereas Memes is fresh to the party.
Yeah, and you think, usually people laugh at Memes. There's no laughing here tonight from Big Guns Joe because Memes came to conduct business and progress in this strongman gauntlet.
Suplex by Memes. Joe landed awkwardly, I think, and he may be stunned here. Had his wind knocked out of him, but was still able to kick out on two.
How long can Big Guns Joe last? That was a physical match with a man like Doris. Certainly took it out of Joe. Memes has the advantage in terms of stamina here.
Memes able to knock down Big Guns Joe with considerable ease. What's he doing here?
Oh, yeah, got to keep tabs on what's happening on social media.
I think he's live streaming. Memes, I think, started recording, streaming to his millions of fans worldwide. Takes down Big Guns Joe, does Memes. He needs to pay more attention, I think, to his opponent, and a little bit less to his phone.
Well, I heard since Memes entered this match, Bradshaw, that approximately 2.3 million fresh followers have joined the social media hype train.
He's trying to show off for the internet, and it didn't work. In fact, it's backfired. There's a big body slam.
Where did that come from? Uh-oh.
I think that video, yeah, both straps are down. I think the video is still live.
Oh, this is going to be embarrassing for Memes then.
Into the Boston Crab. The Boston Crab and the tap out. Big Guns Joe survives Memes.
Memes is out of here. And these people, you hear it chanting, rallying behind Big Guns Joe. Uh-oh. Oh, I've been waiting on this moment all night, Bradshaw.
Introducing the Jacked Stacked Danny Shreddy.
Look at those biceps. No, I'll take this, Dave. I'll take this. Look at those biceps, those triceps, those traps, the definition in his chest, the vascularity, Dave. It's Christmas come early for everyone here tonight. That right there is what a pro wrestler should look like. And breathe.
You okay? Yeah. Maybe get a paper bag or something.
Vascularity. Vascularity. Oh, someone get me a stiff drink. This man's too much. The daddy is here, Bradshaw.
You're quite the fan, aren't you?
Oh, well, who wouldn't be?
You seem to be second only to Shreddy himself in terms of how much you like Shreddy. He's showing off his considerable physique here, but Big Guns Joe's not going to be intimidated.
No, I'll tell you
one thing. The size of Joe.
I'll tell you one thing, Shreddy wasn't knitted by nanas. He was made through countless hours in the gym, sculpting that frame. Big Guns Joe's in serious trouble now.
Never underestimate the power of the guns. You're right, Shreddy looking like he could well be the strongest of the strongmen here tonight. The elbows from Shreddy as Big Guns Joe just holding on for dear life here, it feels like. Running elbow right to the face from Big Guns Joe, is now on his, third match in a row. We're on the fourth part of a 5-part gauntlet.
Look at the power of Shreddy.
Effortless, absolutely effortless. The gorilla press slam.
Oh, come on, show some respect. These people here in Nottingham have no taste.
I mean, is it a rhetorical question? Like, he doesn't seem to be interested in the answer that anyone has for him. Seriously, who says who's the daddy?
Shreddy, that's who. Shreddy Break. Right here in town. Whoa. Oh. And wrecking shop here at Wrestle Carnival. I'm telling you, this man going straight to the top.
In the carnivals of old, of course, members of the public were invited to compete against the resident strongman, and something of a feel of that here. Shreddy just dominating against Big Guns Joe.
Oh, but Big Guns Joe trying to fight back.
He's not having much success though, and remember, there is one more entrant to come here in this gauntlet match, and that is going to be Joe the Fan.
Again. Oh, hold that thought.
Snapmare suplex and a cover by Shreddy. Big Guns Joe got his foot on the bottom rope.
Ah, the cheap way out.
It's not the cheap way, that was smart.
No.
Smart from Big Guns Joe.
No, it was cowardly. Instead of facing Shreddy man to man, he took the coward's way out.
Big Brain Joe. What that was.
Joe, that won't catch on. This is why you don't work in marketing, Bradshaw. We've been over this.
I can't trend quite like memes can, but memes are going to have plenty of time to focus on his social media because he's been eliminated, whereas there are just 3 people left here in this strongman gauntlet. 2 of them are in the ring right now, and Big Guns Joe fighting back against Shreddy.
Look at the power of Shreddy. Hooks both those arms. Oh!
Headbutt. Joe had no means to protect himself. Yeah, Shreddy having his way here against Joe.
Oh, you've got to love it.
Why? Why do you have to love it?
I mean, come on, look at this man. Look at how he's put together. Do you want me to run through all those muscles yet again?
No, absolutely not. I think I speak for everyone when I say we do not want that. Here comes Joe into the corner. Shreddy taking a run up, or at least...
Jack Dan stacked.
For goodness sake.
About to become a winner.
How long do you think he spends staring in a mirror every day?
Oh, hopefully many, many hours. When you look that good, you have to learn to appreciate it. You know, self-love is everything. It's the first step.
To the ropes goes Shreddy, and Shreddy rolling through rear waist lock as he gets back to his feet. Shreddy, sheer power with the German suplex.
Oh, just torturing Big Guns Joe. And these people don't like it, but they're going to have to learn to love it.
Here's the cover and the kick out by Big Guns Joe, who even you would have to admit is showing quite a lot of tenacity here to still be going on this his 3rd match. He has really run the gauntlet tonight.
I'm not admitting anything. Look at him clutch those ropes again like the coward he is.
I don't know if that was what a coward would do. He's able to get the elbow up and then the boot up into the face of Shreddy. I think he's doing a pretty brave job here. But still, Shreddy, powerful as ever. I think Joe might be knocked out. Big Guns Joe's in trouble.
I'm telling you, Bradshaw, don't even make the pin, Shreddy. Just award this man the Strongman Gauntlet Trophy right here, right now. I've heard that trophy is 18 feet tall. Platinum diamonds all over it. Gold plated.
Who told you that?
A guy outside. He also had a briefcase full of old wrestling belts. I don't know whether he was telling the truth, but he looked like a pretty stand-up guy to me.
Yeah, but you think Shreddy's a stand-up guy, so...
Well, he's standing up right now on that middle rope, isn't he? About to put Big Guns Joe down for the count.
He's going to try and lift up Joe from a low position here, kind of a deadlift for Shreddy. Can he lift him up? He can!
Of course he can. Never doubt the daddy, Bradshaw.
Please don't call him that. There's a cover. 1 foot, arrogant, and it's not enough.
A jacked and stacked cover. Thank you very much.
Are you like the chairman of his fan club or something?
I might be. If applications are open, I'm filing one tomorrow morning. This man has impressed me so much.
Shreddy has been impressive, I'll grant you, but I think Big Guns Joe is equally impressive for surviving this long.
No.
And he's got the roll-up, and he's got the win! He's got the win!
Another travesty of justice. How many are we going to see here tonight?
Since you took over this fan club, things have gone from bad to worse for Shreddy.
No, I hadn't officially joined on as the head of the fan club quite yet.
Well, you've probably got a few less members now because Shreddy's been eliminated. Oh, wow. Wow, talk about bad sport. Shreddy, having been pinned here, has taken out Big Guns Joe.
Shreddy made an impact, win or lose. That's what this man does. He turns heads each and every time he steps foot inside that ring.
You know what this means? Shreddy, as he's going to, I hope, eventually get out of here, has left Big Guns Joe lying, and that means that Big Guns Joe is a sitting duck for our one remaining entrant in the Strongman Carnival. Strongman Gauntlet, excuse me, I'm too excited.
But who's it? Listen, we know it's Joe the fan, but who is that going to be? Because there were serious suspicions that it was Big Guns Joe under that mask. And Shreddy.
You are such a conspiracy theorist. Well, we'll find out.
Come on, I'm on the edge of my seat here.
If the rumors are true, then there won't be a Joe the fan. But there is!
Making his way to the ring, it's your favorite fan, Joe See Me!
Joe See Me.
Joe See Me. Are we really doing this?
We are doing this, and more to the point, Joe the fan is doing this, and he's got to be the favorite here to win a gauntlet match for the second time in 3 months.
So we had a magician in Charles Crowley. We were happy when he left. We had a vascular, jacked, stacked beast in Shreddy. You were delighted when he got eliminated, but you're happy to see this guy?
I love his mantra, the never give up spirit.
Oh, that's original.
So much hustle, so much loyalty, so much respect from Joe See Me.
Big Guns Joe. Whoa!
Oh, wait a second. Big Guns Joe could be about to have his attitude adjusted. Oh, and a low blow. We haven't seen that from Joe See Me before.
No, the referee didn't see it either, apparently.
That might be what wins the gauntlet match. Not because of a kick out by Big Guns Joe. Up until now, Joe See Me, this fan, had always been a pretty upstanding citizen, but a low blow there on Big Guns Joe.
These people don't like it, but it might be successful for the fan.
Oh, wait a second though, Big Guns Joe still got some fight left. And in fact, wait a second, Big Guns Joe looking for a powerbomb. Has he got enough power left? Yes, he has. The sit-out powerbomb from Big Guns Joe, and Big Guns Joe is the strongman of Wrestle Carnival.
Big Guns Joe!
You cannot beat the biggest guns in professional wrestling. Big Guns Joe is the Carnival Strongman.
And it wasn't those big guns that got Joe the win here tonight. It was those big balls. He was kicked in them. But all that testicular fortitude saw Big Guns Joe through in the end, survived, and won this gauntlet.
In the background there, you're seeing just how many millimeters tall he is. 1,678 millimeters, all of them standing tall as the winner of the Strongman Gauntlet here tonight at Pure.
The following is a singles match. Introducing first. She is the English Rose, Jetta.
Jetta, a 19-year veteran, arrives at Wrestle Carnival, and as you can hear from her entrance music, nobody does it Jetta.
And listen to all these voices here in Nottingham. A bit of a choir on the go here at Wrestle Carnival.
She is the reigning Pro Wrestling Eve champion, a title she won in August in a 30-woman rumble. Consistently one of the best performers in British wrestling over these past 2 decades. But a very unique situation for her in terms of the woman who's going to be facing her across the ring, as we will explain in just a moment.
Yeah, went through so many wrestlers in that rumble to win the Pro Wrestling Eve Championship, but here tonight has to go through the most important person in her life.
As you just hinted at, the reason that this is a unique situation is that in December of last year, Jetta and Charlie Morgan got engaged. They are fiancés, but of course, that all goes out the window here. More importantly, in this situation, Charlie Morgan has only just recently returned to professional wrestling. She retired in 2019 after a foot injury, and now she is back. She is looking to put away the woman who knows her best.
That's the end goal for both these women here. They know that you only get the first chance to make that first impression here in Wrestle Carnival. You better take it, because as we've discussed, Bradshaw, this women's division around here is so competitive. The cream of the crop exists here in Wrestle Carnival.
Jetta and Charlie Morgan gonna face off here. And again, a unique dynamic, but also 2 very talented wrestlers in their own right. Jetta, as we said, the current Pro Wrestling Eve champion. Morgan, herself a former Eve champion, spent 6 months with that title back in 2018. Very hard to call who the favorite is here.
And that's what has me so excited as the bell sounds. You know, we're seeing 2 women who know each other so well, but they also know what it takes to reach the top. And that's why this is going to be one hell of a match.
Jetta having plenty of fun here.
A little bit of a standoff here, though, early on.
Now they are getting into it, and it is a wrist lock from Jetta that Morgan is going to have to deal with in these early moments.
Oh, and has that cranked in, so much so that Morgan drops to her knees, but look at this balance.
That was a smart escape from Morgan, but Jetta very quickly re-establishes the hold.
Oh.
Morgan, though, able to regain the upper hand.
Yeah, nice reversal there from Charlie Morgan. The reigning Pro Wrestling Eve champion, Jetta, on her back right now.
Yeah, Jetta trying to use her legs to kick Morgan away, which she does.
We saw the power of Jordynne Gracie's legs earlier on. Jetta showing her own strength.
Yeah, headlock takedown from Jetta. Referee checking that right shoulder of Morgan does not go down onto the canvas, which may have briefly done, but not long enough for the referee to initiate a pin count. But the shoulders of Jetta are down for one.
Referee Scott Bell finely placed, keeping a close eye on this hold.
Another attempt by Morgan to roll Jetta over onto her shoulders.
And the referee checks out those shoulders. Excellent positioning there as our cameras take you inside the ring here at Pure. Oh, what an escape.
Yeah, well, Jetta's still down now. I'm not sure how long it took for Jetta to realize that Morgan wasn't there anymore.
Yeah, quick as a cat from Charlie Morgan.
The nickname Fearless, by the way, very apt, I think, for Charlie Morgan to have that courage to go through that injury and to come back to the ring as she has in the past few months. Really is to be admired. As you can hear, a lot of support for both of these women here in the Portland Center tonight.
And I wonder if this one's about to get a little bit heated, because as much as both these women obviously have a lot of affection for each other, this is pro wrestling. There can only be one winner.
There's a Northern Lights suplex from Jetta. Will she be the winner? Not yet, but holding on to the knuckle lock, both of these women. Jetta, though, covers up. Morgan shoves her into the ropes. Jetta crisscrossing. And now Jetta with the schoolgirl roll-up. Kick out on two.
So close. And here they go again.
Oh, cross body off the middle rope from Morgan. Good for a 2 count. Both women coming close here to the victory, but not close enough.
Oh, and look at this. Just controlling that ankle. We saw this from the answer. Joe Hendry earlier on here tonight. Might have the same results for Charlie Morgan.
Joe Hendry with a big win earlier, of course, as he heads on to Carnival Mania next month, 14th of November, in this very building. Going to be competing against Doug Williams. That's going to be quite the contest, as this one is turning into. Morgan now. Oh, Jetta hoist her up here, stretching her out. Jetta with nowhere to go. All 4 limbs have been neutralized. Morgan couldn't hold her up there for too long. Going to try and get her up there a second time, and does.
Oh, and that must play hell with the knees of Jetta. Coming back down, look at the power in the legs of Morgan.
Just pressing her above her head here, and then finally dropping her down again. But you're right, the continuous pressure on those knees will have done some damage to Jetta, who nonetheless kicked out to keep herself in the match.
Charlie Morgan firmly on top here.
Morgan again having to deal with changing direction from Jetta, who now goes for a sunset flip, gets those shoulders down for 2. Morgan with the counter, she gets 2. Morgan finally rolling out on top of Jetta, who shows great power, arches up onto her feet, looking for the backslide.
Who has the most strength here?
Well, one of those arms has become detached, and now, hang on a second, I think Jetta Going to transition into a stranglehold, but no, she couldn't because Morgan was able to escape. Morgan now shoved to the ropes. Oh. Both women hit each other at the same time. Both go down, and we have a stalemate here at Pure.
Both women crashed to the canvas hard. You heard that collision mid-ring as the referee counts. And this would be a horrible way for this match to end for both these women. They want to find out who's the better one between the two.
The referee is up to a count of 6. And you're right, we don't want this to end with both of these women down, but we won't see it, I don't think, because Jetta is back to her feet. And now look. Morgan backcracker though, the backcracker. Now Jetta quickly into the cover. Kick out by Morgan, but now the submission. Let's see, Muta lock from Jetta. Contribute to the great Muta. Will it be enough to force a tap out from Charlie Morgan?
Look at the desperation all over Morgan's face. Doesn't want to tap, might have no choice.
She's gonna tap. No, she's not. Maybe not.
So close.
Morgan clenched her fist, and in the end, she's got the shoulders of Jetta down. Jetta had to break the hold in order to free herself from the pin.
And we're back to a stalemate again, or maybe not. Oh.
Running into Guri from Morgan. Jetta doesn't go down, but she does need the ropes for support. Morgan off the middle. A back elbow on Jetta. Didn't, I think, get all of it, and that might be what allowed Jetta ultimately to get that right shoulder up off the mat.
Charlie Morgan, that face of pain, that expression turns to determination.
Jetta now goes to the ropes, moves to the side of the face of Morgan. Another one, the neck breaker. Jetta holding on, Jetta holding on. Submission again. Once more.
Tight, Bradshaw.
I don't know here if Charlie Morgan can hold on.
No, that bridge from Jetta is picture perfect. We might see a tap.
She might even fade. She might pass out if she doesn't tap out. Look at this, Jetta cinching down Morgan again, clenching her fist, defiantly refusing to tap out.
And she's away from submitting, so far away from that bottom rope, which would release the pressure, release the hold.
A couple of feet away, it may as well be a couple of miles, but finally Morgan able to muster enough energy to get there.
Oh, and here we go again. We're back to a stalemate. Neither woman wanting to give in, certainly not Charlie Morgan. Jetta wants to finish this now.
Yeah, how much is left though of Charlie Morgan after that extended period of time? Caught in that Muta lock. The kick into the jaw. Oh my goodness, planted her with the DDT. Absolutely planted Jetta. The cover from Morgan, and Morgan from nowhere has won it.
And your winner, Charlie Morgan.
How impressive was that? Lightning fast. Just when it seemed like Charlie Morgan had only a few drops of fuel left in the tank, she found a way to spike Jetta's head and pick up the win.
Morgan withstood everything, all that punishment from Jetta, and picked up a massive victory. And now post-match, both these women, well, there's a show of respect from Jetta. Both women gave everything they had here tonight, Bradshaw. There could only be one winner though, and it was Charlie Morgan.
Talk about a pro wrestling power couple. You're looking at one here. Charlie Morgan and Jetta putting on a clinic tonight. Whoa. And then I think the engagement's still on, just about. Morgan and Jetta enjoying the applause, the appreciation of this crowd in the Portland Center after one hell of a match between these two women here tonight at Wrestle Carnival. the tap out from the Dragon Sleeper. You know, there's a pretty strong case for saying that in the first two Wrestle Carnival events, that Chris Ridgeway has been the most valuable player. A pair of submission victories over Jay Joshua and Carlos Romo. But if Chris Ridgeway wants to become a real player, a real dominant performer who is talked about around the wrestling world, then he needs to find a way to defeat Jonathan Gresham tonight.
Bradshaw, we witnessed a world-class display back at Carnival of Honor. Ring of Honor Pure Rules, Doug Williams defeating Dean Allmark. Not just anyone can wrestle these Pure Rules. It's the ultimate test of combined skill, intelligence, and endurance. Chris Ridgeway has all those attributes, but so does this man.
Well, the flag says it all. I am the foundation. And indeed, he is, quite simply, one of the finest technical wrestlers on the planet. His knowledge is encyclopedic. And he may just be the best pure wrestler on the planet. Jonathan Gresham arrives at Wrestle Carnival.
Gresham held the ROH Pure title for a jaw-dropping 317 days. Recently lost it to Josh Woods at Death Before Dishonor. So here tonight, Jonathan Gresham, he wants to show that he is the master of this kind of match.
The following is a Ring of Honor Pure Rules match and will be fought over a 60-minute time limit. Introducing first to my right, representing Northwest Strong, this is Chris Ridgeway. And to my left, representing the Foundation, the Octopus, Jonathan Gresham.
Right now, our referee, James Greenwood, will inform this crowd and both competitors of the rules governing this Ring of Honor Pure Rules match.
Gentlemen, this will be a pure rules contest. You each have 3 rope rings. Once your pre-rope breaks have been used up, pinfalls and submissions will be legal on all the ropes. Close fist punches to the head are not legal. Close fist punches to other parts of the body, however, are. The first time you use close fist punches to the head will count as a 1. The second will be instant disqualification. As always, as with on rules matches, there will be a 20 count on the outside of the floor. And if there's any outside interference, it will result in instant termination from the wrestler. Would you like to shake hands, please?
The formalities are out of the way. We have a handshake. Well, that's going to be, I think, the last sign of any kind of friendship, any kind of respect here between these two, because ultimately, as much as they do respect each other, the competitive juices are now flowing for Jonathan Gresham and for Chris Ridgeway.
It has to be this way. Again, this is the ultimate test, the ultimate proving ground, and there you hear the bell. We are underway.
Of course, as you said, Jonathan Gresham, very, very used to these pure rules matches. He was the pure champion for over 300 days. It was a title that was reinstated in Ring of Honor and really became synonymous with Gresham. It was the first man to hold it after that reinstatement. You and I have called a Jonathan Gresham match together over in Defiant Wrestling back in December of 2018, but since then Gresham has gone from strength to strength, and Ridgeway has quite possibly the challenge of his professional career here.
Quite telling as well that already Gresham takes down Ridgeway.
The shoulders of Ridgeway go down. This was nearly over early, remember, one fall to a finish. As these two again trying to just feel each other out here.
Remember, those rope breaks, so important. We saw what happened back at Carnival of Honor, how Doug Williams used that to his advantage.
He certainly did, and hang on now, Ridgeway trying to grapevine the leg, but Gresham very quickly able to counter. Oh. It does fundamentally change the dynamic of a wrestling match when you do have that finite number of rope breaks, as we saw in that match between Doug Williams and Dean Allmark last month at Carnival of Honor. Arm drag from Ridgeway brings Gresham down, and it is a change of pace here for Ridgeway, because Ridgeway in those 2 submission match victories that we've talked about in his Wrestle Carnival career so far has had unlimited rope breaks. He has made use of the bottom rope multiple times in both of those victories, and that's not a luxury that he has here against Gresham in this match.
No, 3, and then that's your lot. So there's going to be a lot of thinking between these two men. Gresham obviously so experienced, as we've discussed. But Chris Ridgeway, one of the finest talents on the circuit right now, a man who has been turning heads for years now. Could this be his moment?
Been honing his craft, of course, in the fairly recent past over in Japan. Jonathan Gresham, though, is the absolute epitome of someone who has honed his craft.
That elbow right to the ribs and the lower back of Ridgeway, and also cranking on that leg, the ankle as well. But
Gresham has again countered. Jonathan Gresham from Atlanta, Georgia in the US, and to have him over here, we saw, of course, Jordynne Grace earlier as well, is a symptom that the world is opening up. We are able to bring you again some of the best talent in the world, and it is a great sight to see.
And look at this now, as Jonathan Gresham, they call him the octopus. Chris Ridgeway might need to be one himself.
But that was smart from Ridgeway. Gresham was looking for a bow and arrow there, and Ridgeway able to adjust his position, get his body on top of Gresham's for a quick pinfall attempt.
Let's just say that flexibility will be all important here, because Both men know their limbs are going to be contorted, stretched, and punished to the limit here. This is going to be grueling. There's no getting away from it.
Certainly isn't, and not least in terms of the types of move that might stretch out Chris Ridgeway. Is the reason that Gresham is known as the Octopus. That patented octopus stretch has brought so much success to Jonathan Gresham through the years that Ridgeway, I'm sure, will have done his homework on it, but no amount of homework can prepare you for being in there against Gresham. Extended collar and elbow tie up here. Both men into the ropes. Referee trying to bring him back into the ring, and Ridgeway goes over, lands on top. I don't think that's going to count as a rope break for either man, because both of them into the ropes, and it was only brief there before they were back into the middle of the ring. But Ridgeway is still trying to capitalize on what has been really extended struggle here between the two over what's, I don't know, what, a minute and a half now.
Yeah, both men just like tigers right now, just desperate to get the upper hand. And it's Ridgeway who rolls through and keeps hold of that wrist.
Gresham knows so many reversals, so many counters. Able to flip Ridgeway over his head, but Ridgeway held on to the wrist lock.
Yeah, Gresham tried there, Dave, to inject some pace into the situation, but Ridgeway will not be denied, and here we go again.
Yeah, you're quite right. That's exactly what Gresham's trying to do, and that's what he does so well. If he finds himself in a disadvantageous position, he mixes it up, he changes things, experiments. He just has so many different tools at his disposal that it really is, I would think, very hard to prepare for a match against Jonathan Gresham.
Oh, no doubt about it, and there's why. Just so fast, but Chris Ridgeway is matching the Octopus hold for hold here. I don't know what Jonathan Gresham expected. He must know that Ridgeway is so talented, so skilled. But a little bit of frustration on Gresham's face there, if I'm not mistaken. Tried to add some speed into the equation, but Ridgeway just keeps on coming back.
I was going to say, Ridgeway, the taller of the two men, you'd think he has a leverage advantage, but Jonathan Gresham has made a career out of using that frame of his to his advantage. He's pretty put together with Jonathan Gresham. He's not just a technical wrestler, there's a lot of strength in that frame as well, as you see as he tries to force the arms of Ridgeway down. And he's achieved it as well, but Ridgeway quickly pops up that right arm. Gresham now going to try and adjust his body weight so that he's able to more effectively force it down. In the end, Ridgeway had to bridge up, use that strength in the neck to keep himself in this.
Oh, and there's a little bit of respect, but not reciprocated.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was respect there from Gresham, or I think Ridgeway maybe saw it as kind of patronizing him, and that's why he instantly went back on offense.
Maybe. We're seeing a fascinating melodrama play out here. Both these men, the feeling out process early on, and now look at this. Ridgeway using Gresham's own arm.
Ridgeway so adept at thinking on the fly. He is, in a lot of ways, you can understand why people have been kind of calling him the English equivalent to Jonathan Gresham in recent times, because he knows so many ways to put you in those submissions, to put you to sleep, to make you tap out. Chris Ridgeway has become, or has gained a reputation, quite rightly, for being one of the most dangerous men on the planet right now.
Yeah, and I wonder, we saw Gresham try to use some speed early on. I wonder if Ridgeway finds himself in a compromising situation, only a matter of time before we see those gunshot-style strikes from Ridgeway. When he kicks, his opponents feel it. He'll shatter bone with those legs.
Yeah, and that is one thing we haven't seen yet, as you say. There is plenty of heavy artillery in the arsenal of Chris Ridgeway. still has the feel of two men determined not to make a mistake. No one making too many or taking too many risks yet at this point. Of course, someone's going to have to force the issue as the clock continues to run down. Ridgeway briefly to the outside. Gresham sweeps the legs. Kick right to the hand, I think that was, of Ridgeway. Drop kick into the left shoulder. Ridgeway goes to the outside. Remember, a 20 count in operation under ROH pure rules.
Yeah, that buys Ridgeway a bit more time, but again, Dave, Jonathan Gresham upping the tempo a little bit. Ridgeway will have to find some way to combat that the deeper and the longer this match goes on, because right now, anytime Gresham ups the pace, Ridgeway's in a bit of trouble.
You can tell Ridgeway trying not to let on that left arm was bothering him, but pretty clear to Gresham, I think, that is the case, and Gresham increasingly focusing his efforts and his attention on that left elbow, that left arm of Ridgeway.
Now cranks it again, now traps it between the legs and stretches the other arm.
Bending that right arm of Ridgeway, and the shoulder was down. Referee, I think, has done a fine job so far in officiating this one. So much to keep an eye on when you've got two men who use every part of their body to their advantage. Gresham is trying to break the arm here of Ridgeway, it seems like.
Oh, and
Ridgeway
there's a
again.
bridge.
Yeah, another one. Second time that Ridgeway's used that as a crucifix pin attempt, and a 2 count for Gresham. The arm drag. Gresham with a slightly disparaging stare at Ridgeway. I think Gresham getting irritated at this never say die attitude that we're seeing from Chris Ridgeway.
The interesting thing from that passage for me, Ridgeway trying with those kicks, and Gresham just shut him down, almost unfazed by those strikes, which surprises me because, again, they are one of the most powerful parts of Ridgeway's entire arsenal.
Look at this though, Gresham. This is where Gresham excels. He's got that left arm tied up. But look, he's got him absolutely where he wants him. He can do what he wants when he wants now, Gresham.
Yeah,
Gresham he's taking a breather here, is Gresham, while Ridgeway is still writhing in agony.
Yeah, this is dangerous for Ridgeway. That arm could break at any moment at a very unnatural angle. And again, Gresham trying to inject some energy, bring these people into this match as he tortures Ridgeway.
Torture is the correct verb here, because Gresham twisting at that ankle, that left arm still tied up. The right arm is as well. Gresham seems to be almost taunting Ridgeway. Shoulders are down here, and Ridgeway needs to be very, very careful. Got out in the nick of time, but there's another arm drag.
And there's no chance for Ridgeway to catch a breather. Every time he escapes a hold, Jonathan Gresham is there with an arm drag just to reaffirm his dominance over this portion of the match. And this could be the way this thing plays out until the end, unless Ridgeway does something drastic, unless he takes a risk and does something special.
Yeah, that experience advantage that Gresham has in this kind of match, I think, starting to maybe tell a little bit at this point, because Gresham has been able to dictate the pace over these past few minutes. That's one thing he needs to avoid, though, is getting those strikes, giving Ridgeway rather a chance to issue those strikes. Cannot leave.
That one rattled Gresham, Bradshaw.
Yeah, you absolutely cannot leave Ridgeway's right arm unattended, because that's what will happen.
Oh, here we go.
Now Gresham sent to the ropes. Ridgeway gets the knee right into the midsection. Sends Gresham again to the ropes, does the same again. Going to look to do it a third time, and does. Oh!
This is what Ridgeway needed, Dave.
Now here we go. Here we go. This is turning into a fight here between Gresham and Ridgeway.
And Jonathan Gresham just clutching at those ropes, almost knocked out of the ring there.
You are watching two world-class technicians at the peak of their powers. Oh! Ridgeway's left arm has had so much damage inflicted upon it. Oh my God. He's still battling away, and he's done plenty of damage there, I think, to Gresham's left leg.
Ridgeway smells blood, sees an opening.
Yeah, you're right, he certainly does, and he's going to try and force a submission here from Gresham. Gresham's so smart, though, uses his arm to get those hands locked across the face of Ridgeway. Ridgeway, though, was able to battle free. Now Chris Ridgeway trying to twist, contort those legs of Jonathan Gresham. Got him turned over onto his front. That's where he wanted him. And now if Ridgeway can hook in this face lock as well, which he can, I think Gresham's in trouble here. Oh, Gresham, maybe he's near the ropes. Maybe he's too near the ropes, and he is, but that will count as a rope break.
John Gresham has
You heard it.
his second rope break. He has one remaining.
I think that's incorrect. Referee said 2 remaining.
Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. John Gresham has 2 remaining.
There you hear it.
That's right, 2 rope breaks remaining for Gresham. He may have to use another one here. Gresham may have to use another one because there's a half crab applied by Ridgeway. Gresham was able to battle out onto his back, but Ridgeway with that right leg kicking away at the head of Gresham. Oh, Gresham's into the ropes again.
Yeah, Bradshaw, Ridgeway just tried to keep his body between.
Second rope break. He has one remaining.
That's huge. That is massive. A second rope break for Jonathan Gresham. Now only has 1 left, of course.
I think we may have just watched the decisive few seconds in this match. When we look back at this, for Gresham to have had to burn through 2 of those rope breaks in quick succession could be absolutely determinative of who's going to win this.
Gresham drops to his knees, prevents what looked like a suplex attempt. Oh.
This is what you were talking about. Ridgeway with those kicks.
Once now Ridgeway gets started, there's no stopping him. Trust me on that.
Ridgeway is, you can see it. You can see it how he, in his body language, how he is growing in confidence with every passing moment here. Fisherman suplex over into the cover. He's got 2. He doesn't have 3. The left shoulder of Gresham came up.
Look at the way that Gresham is hobbling away gingerly.
He managed to get the elbow up into the face of Ridgeway, though. Ridgeway looking to capitalize while he has the upper hand. Gresham's up on the top turnbuckle, perched up there. Ridgeway's going to join him up there.
Oh, this is dangerous.
What's Ridgeway doing? Chris Ridgeway seems to have... We did have Gresham. Gresham escaped. Gresham escaped, and now Ridgeway in a pretty compromising position, very precarious spot here for Chris Ridgeway.
Suddenly Gresham has the advantage.
Gresham bending the arm of Ridgeway. Remember, that left arm's already had plenty of damage done to it, and now Gresham plants him with the suplex.
Oh, the impact on that one was fierce, Dave. Both men crashing hard right into the middle of that ring.
But a lot of that impact came down on the left arm of Ridgeway. And now referee has a count on both men. Gresham may be slightly the less hurt of the 2, but Gresham has used 2 of his 3 available rope breaks.
Has to draw on all that experience. Here's a roll-up.
Catch him by surprise, gets a 2 count. Going to try again is Gresham, and Gresham again with a 2 count. Ridgeway tried for a roundhouse kick. There's a Hurricane Rana. He's got the leg hooked, and it's 2 3/4 for Gresham.
Oh, and that was deliberate. Did you see where Gresham planted that kick?
Yeah, left arm, left arm, left arm, left arm. That is almost the exclusive focus of Gresham. Gresham, I think, going to try for the octopus stretch, and Ridgeway was able to get to the ropes. That's the first of his rope breaks.
Chris Ridgeway has used his first rope break. He has 2 remaining.
I would argue that's a pretty good use of the rope break because you don't want to get caught in that octopus stretch.
No way, no how, but Jonathan Gresham down across the arm.
How many times? Now tries to wrap him up into a pin attempt, and that might be the closest that Gresham has come to winning it.
Oh, that was so close. Literally millimeters away from the referee's hand, coming down for 3, and Jonathan Gresham knows it. And meanwhile, Chris Ridgeway trying to get some feeling back into that left arm.
So to recap, Ridgeway has 2 rope breaks remaining, Gresham only has 1. It is Gresham who is the aggressor. And Gresham once more on that left arm of Ridgeway. Ridgeway, though, was able to lift him up and slam him over. Now he's got his right thigh over the top of the head of Gresham. Got that left ankle caught up. Going to try for the ankle lock here is Ridgeway. He's got it locked in. Ridgeway has the ankle lock.
Has to sit down in it, but Gresham back to his feet.
Oh my God, on the top of his head. Jonathan Gresham just got planted by Chris Ridgeway.
Gresham's rocking here, Bradshaw.
How is he even standing after that impact?
Look at these back elbows. Oh,
another one of those vicious German suplexes. There's a cover and a kick out.
Oh, but I don't know. I don't know from looking at that situation there if Jonathan Gresham didn't get a little bit lucky. I don't want to take anything away from the octopus, but Ridgeway grabbed that left hand in pain.
Oh, God. The PK, the penalty kick from Ridgeway, and a kick out. Straight onto the ankle. Straight onto the ankle is Ridgeway. Ridgeway's going to try for the ankle lock again. He's got it again. Gresham, he has to get out quick. He tried. No, he hasn't got out. He has not got out. Oh. Gresham has 1 rope break left he can use. He is near the ropes.
Oh, but he doesn't want to use that last rope break. Knows how important it could be, but might have no choice.
And he did have no choice. He did have no choice.
Gresham has used all 3 rope breaks and has 9 remaining.
That's huge, Bradshaw. Massive.
Advantage Chris Ridgeway, who has 2 rope breaks left. Jonathan Gresham can no longer use the ropes to escape any submission hold or any pin attempt from Ridgeway.
You saw Ridgeway shake his fist with delight, realizing the gravity of the situation here. No more rope breaks for Gresham, and now Ridgeway just going back to his wheelhouse. What brought him to the dance? These strikes.
There's a pretty vicious chop there, though, from Gresham. Let's not discount the striking ability of Jonathan Gresham, but Ridgeway with another one of those kicks. Oh my God. Like a bullet from a gun whenever Ridgeway lands one of those.
Oh, listen to that smack.
Just echoes around the building. Gresham firing back. Ridgeway got his leg caught. Ridgeway got his leg caught and it gets taken down, but he's straight back up, goes for the kick, gets it. Right in the jaw of Jonathan Gresham.
Both these men must be exhausted right about now. They've given everything they have.
Gresham on his feet, Ridgeway on his feet. We are watching an instant classic here under ROH Pure rules. The main event of Pure here tonight, brought to you by Wrestle Carnival.
Jonathan Gresham now dispensing with that wrist tape. Things just got aggressive.
Gresham and Ridgeway. Gresham and Ridgeway. Strike for strike. Blow for blow. Here in our main event. Look at this.
Aggressive. Wow.
Slaps and kicks from Ridgeway. Oh, and one right to the face. But Gresham nips up. Gresham with the enziguri. Gresham tries for the German suplex. Ridgeway wouldn't let it happen. Goes to the ropes. There's another Hurricane Rana takedown. Gresham on top. Oh, Ridgeway counter. The counter from Ridgeway. The counter from Ridgeway and the kick out from Gresham. Ridgeway tries to roll him through. Victory roll. Victory roll from Ridgeway. Another 2 count. Another 2 count. Gresham tried to counter with an arm drag. Ridgeway moved out of the way. Gresham got him on the second time of asking. And now Jonathan Gresham looking to tie up Chris Ridgeway. Can he get those shoulders down? He has got the shoulders down. And it's a kick out, I think. Yes, it is. Only just by Ridgeway. Wow.
Take a deep breath. You are watching professional wrestling magicians between those ropes.
Again to the left arm goes Gresham.
Something has to give here though. Sooner or later, something has to give.
This is awesome chant was breaking out in parts of the crowd there briefly, but for the most part this crowd are just utterly absorbed by what they are watching. Gresham, I think, could be at the point of maybe locking in that octopus stretch. If he can get that right leg over the head of Ridgeway. He's striking away here at Ridgeway. Ridgeway screaming. Ridgeway can still use the rope break, remember.
Still has 2 left.
And again into the ankle lock. Ankle lock. Grapevine's the leg this time.
Meanwhile, Gresham has no rope breaks left.
Gresham, that won't count. Doesn't matter. Gresham can't rely on the ropes. Gresham's going to have to find another way to escape that ankle lock.
How does the octopus get out of this one?
Gresham's trying to go to the outside of the ring. Even then, Ridgeway won't let go. Ridgeway knows this could be the biggest moment of his career.
Ridgeway will not be denied.
Gresham trying to find a way out. Well, he's tapping out. It doesn't matter though. On the outside of the ring, a tap out won't count.
Yeah, but think of the damage that's being done to Gresham's leg.
Well, referee's issuing a count. Remember the 20 count in effect. These two still locked up, slapping each other away. Neither man will let go of the other.
Watch out for those closed fists. This could get fiery, even more fiery than it already is. Again,
he's tapping
Gresham
out again.
taps.
None of this is a valid tap out on the outside of the ring. Referee's up to a count of 16. Gresham knows he needs to get back in, but Ridgeway won't let him in. Referee's up to 19. Referee, 20. Oh, they're both out. They're both out. It is a double count out.
No way.
Wow. I think that's the decision. A double count out. Neither man got back into the ring within the referee's count of 20.
Ridgeway was so determined to administer more damage to Gresham that he took his eye off the ball and both men counted out.
I think we're going to get confirmation of that. Referee is conferring with our ring announcer. Gresham wants the mic. Hang on a second.
Chanting 5 more minutes. Well, I didn't come all the way over the Atlantic just to wrestle Chris Ridgeway. I came in search of the best wrestlers in the world. Most importantly, the best pure professional wrestlers in the world. And tonight, I have to admit, I just wrestled one of the best pure professional wrestlers in the world. Chris Ridgeway, you are somebody that I've been looking for. You are someone that can help change the course of my company, Ring of Honor. You traveled all over the world, and in my mind, all your travels preparing you for this moment. All I need is one answer. I want you not just on my side. I want you as an equal in the foundation.
Wow. What an offer. What an offer from Gresham to Ridgeway.
What will Ridgeway's answer be though, Dave?
I am the foundation.
I think that's a yes.
Thank you, each and every one of you. Tonight, right here, in Nottingham, UK, you witnessed the first European member of the foundation. This man will help me change the course of Ring of Honor, my company, this industry. Together, we will change the face of professional wrestling. We are the foundation. Thank you very much. Thank you for supporting Wrestling Carnival. I hope to see you all next time.
What an announcement from Jonathan Gresham. We said at the start here that Chris Ridgeway could have a career-changing night. And even after a match that was drawn against Jonathan Gresham, that prophecy has come true. Chris Ridgeway has joined the foundation.
Jonathan Gresham was so impressed by what he witnessed, who he fought with, who he wrestled with here tonight at Wrestle Carnival. But he opened up an invitation for Ridgeway to join the foundation in Ring of Honor, and Dave, Ridgeway accepted.
Jonathan Gresham, by the way, a class act. Look at how he's thanking everybody at ringside, going to all sides of the ring to thank this great crowd here in Nottingham for coming out. And I'm sure all of them will come back on November 14th when we will have another Pure Rules match. It will be, as we've said earlier, Doug Williams versus The Answer, Joe Hendry. That will be the main event of Carnival Mania. Next time we're with you here in Nottingham for Wrestle Carnival.